So let's see how you can tweak, tween, and clean your Windows 10 to increase its performance and free up some storage and memory as well. But before we get started, you need to make sure the system restore is on and also create a restore point as well. To do that, go back to the start menu and type system restore. Then open it and select the Windows 10 drive and hit configure. Then you can delete all the old restore points if you like, and then turn on the system protection, hit the apply and OK. Then hit create and type a name for restore point so you can recognize it easily. Then hit create, close and OK. Next, go to the Windows Update and update your Windows and install the latest bug fixes and improvements to make your Windows more reliable. Hard drives need to be defragged every once in a while so you can access your files faster. Open the defragment and optimize drives and select the Windows 10 drive. Make sure to don't defrag the system reserve. Then hit optimize and wait until it finishes. It will take a while. In the meantime, don't use your PC. By default, the scheduled optimization is on. It's better to be off so it won't work while you're doing something important. To do that, hit change setting and deselect it and hit OK. Next step is the disk cleanup. Open My Computer, right click on your Windows 10 drive, select the properties and hit disk cleanup. Then hit cleanup system files and select anything you want to be deleted. And hit OK and delete files. Now let's delete temporary files. Open run and type %temp% and hit OK. Then select everything and delete. Skip the items that can't be deleted. Then open the temp folder and do the same and delete all the files. And do the same for the prefetch folder as well. At the end, make sure to empty the recycle bin. Now right-click on the taskbar so you can manage the startup programs. To do that, select any unnecessary program that you don't want to be in the Windows startup list and hit disable so they won't start immediately after Windows start. Now it's time to disable unnecessary services like these four. Open a start menu and search for services and find the services you want to turn off. There is no search, so do it manually. Then right click and hit properties, then stop it and set it to manual startup. Then apply, OK, and do the same for the other services you want to disable. Next, open the msconfig and open the boot tab, select the Windows 10 and reduce the timeout to 5. But if you have a high-end computer, enter 3. Then go to the advanced option and set the number of processors to the highest number possible. Hit OK and then apply. Then go to the Services tab. In here you can also disable the unnecessary services just by deselecting them. At the end you should restart your PC, but you can do it later if you like. Now it's registry time. Open Run and type regedit. Then go to the local machine, Software, Microsoft, Windows NT, current version, multimedia, then select the system profile. In here, change the network throttling index to 7F and hit OK. Then change the system responsiveness to 0 and then hit OK. Next, open System Profile and then Tasks and select the Games. Set the GPU priority to 8, priority to 6, and the scheduling category to high. Now open the Start menu and type System. Then click on the Advanced System Settings and then on the Advanced tab. Performance section, click Settings. In here, disable everything. But you might want to keep smooth edges of the screen fonts or show thumbnails instead of icons enabled. It's completely up to you. In the Advanced tab, make sure the program is selected. And in the Virtual Memory section, hit Change. In here, you should assign the virtual memory to the fastest drive on your system. For example, SSDs are a lot faster than a normal hard drive. Turn off the Automatically Manage. Select all drives with paged files, select No Paging File and hit Set. And yes, then choose the fastest drive and select System Manage Size and hit Set again. Hit OK a couple of times to get out of there. You can restart now, but you can do it later if you like. Next, go to the setting, then System. In the Notifications and Actions, turn off everything. Then hit Edit your quick actions and delete everything from the list. Next, in the Focus Assist, make sure it's off. Then turn off all of the automatic rules as well. In the Power and Sleep, change the sleep time to never. For the storage, set the storage sense to off. Then set the tablet mode to use desktop mode. And don't ask me and don't switch. And turn everything else off. For the multitasking, turn off Show Suggestions and make sure the both options for virtual desktops is set to only the desktop I'm using. For the shared experiences, turn off the Share Across Devices. In the clipboard, make sure the clipboard history is set to off. Also, make sure the Enable Remote Desktop is off as well. Go back to the Home and open personalization. In the colors section, turn off transparency effects. After that, go to the start and turn off everything. Then go to the choose which folder appears on the start and turn off everything as well, but you can keep the settings on if you like. Next is the taskbar. Go to the turn system icons on or off and turn off everything except the clock, volume, network, and the power. Also, if you're switching between multiple keyboards languages, turn the input indicator on as well. Now it's time for ease of access. In the display section, turn the show desktop background image off. In the speech, make sure the speech recognition is off. In the keyboard section, turn everything off literally. Go back to the home and select apps and then offline maps. Hit delete all maps and then hit delete all. And turn off the metered connections and map updates as well. In the apps for websites, turn off everything. Also, in the startup, turn off all the unnecessary apps. Go back to the home and this time select gaming. On the game bar, turn off record game clips and deselect the open game bar. Make sure the game mode is on. Next, go back to the home and select privacy. In general, turn everything off. In the speech, make sure the online speaker recognition is off. Then turn off the inking and typing personalization. In the diagnostics and feedback, make sure it's on the basic and everything else is off. Then delete the diagnostic data and change the feedback frequency to never. In the activity history, turn everything off and clear the activity history. Next, change the access to the location to off and clear the location history as well. On the camera, make sure the allow access is off and everything else is off as well. Then do the same for the microphone, voice activation, notifications, account info, contacts, calendar, phone calls, call history, emails, tasks, messaging, and radio as well. In the other devices, turn communicate with unpaired devices off. Then turn off the background apps as well. And also turn off the app diagnostics, documents, pictures, videos, and finally the file system. Next stop is the control panel. Choose programs, then programs and features. In here you can remove any app you don't want. To do that, just select it and hit uninstall. And then hit yes. Go back to the control panel's first page and this time select the system security and then power options. Choose the high performance plan and hit the change plan settings. Put the sleep time to never and hit the change advanced power settings and set the time for the hard disk to 0. For the next step, search for the mouse and select the change mouse settings. Then go to the pointer options tab and turn off the enhanced pointer precision. Go to the ease of access, then select the ease of access center. First, turn off the always read this section allowed and the always scan this section. Then go to the make the computer easier to see and turn off everything. Next, go to the make the keyboard easier to use and then set up mouse keys. Turn off everything and hit OK. Go to the set up the sticky keys, turn off everything and hit OK. Then go to the set up filter keys and make sure everything is off as well. Get back to the ease of access center and go to the use text or visual alternatives for sounds and choose none for the visual warnings. Also set the make touch and tablets easier to use to none. Next step is to locate the executable file for your games. By following these steps, you should be able to find it easily. When you do, go to its properties and then compatibility tab and disable full screen optimizations. Then click on the change high DPI settings and select the override high DPI scaling and make sure it's set to application. You should do the same to every game you play. Also, it might work on some of your heavy applications as well. Next, let's install some applications which helps you to maintain and optimize the Windows even further. The first one is called Quick CPU. Go to its link and scroll down until you see the download link. Save the file wherever you like. I chose desktop. Then extract it and install, and finally launch the app. This application helps your Windows 10 to use all of the processing power of your PC whenever needed. To do that, select the high performance power plan and hit set as active. As you can see, now it can use 100% of the power. To continue, hit apply, OK and close. Next app is the CCleaner. Copy paste its link into the browser to open the download page. Scroll down to find the download link, then click on the download now and wait for the download to start, and save the file somewhere you can find it easily. And finally run the setup file and install the app by following my steps. After it's finished, open it and go to the custom clean. Here you can deselect any item you don't want to be deleted. When you're okay with the list, click on Analyze and wait until it's done. This is the list of all the files it's fine. Hit Run Cleaner and continue to get rid of them. Also, you can use CCleaner to delete the apps that you can't delete using the Windows control panel. Just select them one by one and hit Uninstall. To get the most performance out of the graphic cards, you should update their driver to the latest version. If you're using an NVIDIA graphics, use this link to go to the driver download page, then download and install the driver. But of course, if you're using an AMD graphics, you can use this link to download the correct driver for your device. You can use the manual search or the auto detect to find the right driver for your graphic card. The next app is a tiny program called Timer Resolution. It's lowered the amount of latency between your hardware and any game or application you might be using. It will make the mouse and keyboard movements more responsive, and also it makes the games and heavy applications running more smooth, and it increases the frame rate as well. Using it is very simple. Just run it and hit maximize, then minimize it and play your game or run your apps, and when you're done, come back and hit default, which turn everything back to normal. Then you can close the app. The last but not least is the Razer Cortex. This app is just for gamers. It will help you to run the games smoother. Go to the link, hit the download now and save it on your desktop. Then open it and simply follow my instructions to install it on your Windows 10. When the installation finished, you will need to sign up and create an account to be able to use the app. Then you can log in with your username and password. You should give it the location of the executable file of your every games. one by one. To do that, if it didn't detect the game by itself, click on the plus button on the top left and copy paste the exact location of your game and finally add it to the list. Don't forget that every time you're going to play that game, you should run it from inside Razor Cortex so it can increase the performance and make the game smoother. If you know any other way to speed up the Windows 10, consider writing it down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and please let me know if you want me to make a tutorial about something you need. Please consider subscribing to my channel so you won't miss anything in the future. Wish you all the happiness in the world, and until next time, good luck.